Welcome to the next episode of the X-Celerate webinar series. In this episode, we take a look at AVEVA Manufacturing Execution System. My name is Diresh Chotu, and I'm a solutions consultant at IS3, Industry Software Solutions and Support, and AVEVA Select Partner. Today, we will be looking at some of the challenges in the manufacturing sector. We then take a look at some of the features and benefits of AVEVA MES. We will delve into some technical demos. We take a look at the licensing model available for MES, and we end the session looking at the key info summary. Let's get right into it. The AVEVA software portfolio consists of three pillars, namely design and build, operate, and optimize. AVEVA MES forms part of the optimize pillar under production optimization. This slide, we focus on some of the challenges that we work to solve. We look at the business trends, such as supply chain and service disruptions, commodity price fluctuations, labor shortages and remote work, consumer desire for greener alternatives, and ESG regulations. Some of the imperatives to counter these are capital projects and supply chain carbon efficiency and resilience, operational efficiency, optimized energy use and emissions minimization, more efficient autonomous operations, connected and empowered workforce, new materials, processes, and facilities for circular economy. And we look at improving sustainability, reducing carbon intensity and emissions. On this slide, we look at digital transformation, which is a business imperative. We'll touch on the challenges and the initiatives to counter these. Improving agility and consistency in manufacturing. We need to transform the way you execute work across a team, enable natural collaboration between roles. Safeguarding product quality, safety, and compliance. We need to implement safety regulation compliance, end-to-end traceability, and new product introductions. In terms of minimizing waste and losses, we need to measure and improve operations performance and continuously improve efficiency and sustainability. In terms of improving productivity and efficiency, we need to be more demand-driven, resilient, increased value, and implement new business models. On this slide, we touch on AVEVA's digital thread for manufacturing value chain, on how to integrate planning, execution, and optimization in manufacturing. AVEVA software solutions provide visibility and traceability, allowing you to view enterprise-level KPIs and scorecards aggregated from multiple plants, selectively share operations data across the enterprise, supply chain, and to customers. Production and schedule optimization. These optimize the supply chain sales and operations plans for cost, sustainability, and business agility. Manufacturing execution allows you to execute optimized schedules and manage all work processes. Connected worker, we need to empower workers to be more productive, reduce errors, and continuously improve. Advanced analytics continuously monitor KPIs and optimize operations for reliability, efficiency, quality, and sustainability. And lastly, industrial information provides contextualized operations data, connects elements of the digital thread to optimize the entire value chain. Why do you need a digital thread? Some of the current challenges experienced in the industry are inflation, pandemic disruption, sustainability and provenance, consumer preferences. Some of the impacts of these challenges are cost availability of labor and inventory, shortages and supply delays, circularity, ESG, changing demand and channels to market. Some of the transformation imperatives that need to be implemented are to empower workers, optimize operations, engage customers, and business transformation. This slide highlights that manufacturing execution sits at the center of the digital thread. As you can see from the graphic, we have the collaborate, monitor, and execute, with manufacturing execution sitting right at the center, with data and information management at the top. What is AVEVA Manufacturing Execution System? AVEVA Manufacturing Execution System offers a complete set of software functions to digitize, standardize, optimize, and govern operational processes and work activities across industrial manufacturing plants. Its integrated advanced planning and scheduling methods enable flexible scheduling and short-term production management. Businesses use it to safeguard quality and compliance and improve their operational efficiency so that they remain competitive. Industry-leading agnostic connectivity to automation and industrial Internet of Things devices allows it to meet the real-time production control and regulatory compliance needs of automated production processes and equipment. Automatic electronic record keeping provides detailed product genealogy and end-to-end material traceability. AVEVA Manufacturing Execution System synchronizes human and machine actions dynamically with sophisticated digital workflow management capabilities, making it the first choice for fast-moving goods and repetitive manufacturing processes. What is MES? In terms of the MISA International or Manufacturing Enterprise Solution Association International, Manufacturing Execution System delivers information that enables optimization of production activities from order launch to finished goods. In terms of the ISA model or framework, the MES layer focuses on a group of activities such as operations, inventory, quality, and maintenance activities, which correspond to level 3 in the functional hierarchy model. Where does MES sit in the ISA model? In this graphic, MES sits in level 3 under production supervision. This is just above the process supervision level, which is where our control or SCADA level sits. On this slide, we look at the MISA MES function model and the components that are included with it. Now we will take a look at where these components sit in terms of our AVEVA MES product offerings, in terms of MES operations, MES performance, and MES quality. Here we can see the MES operations software components. Now we can see the MES performance, which is performance analysis, and our MES quality sits under quality management. Okay, Avantis software looks after our maintenance management. On this slide, we take a look at what MES operations can enable you to achieve. So it can enable you to deliver planned versus actual production using electronic work order management, recording of production events, improve processes and production consistency using centralized manufacturing model, production rules and certifications, improve inventory velocity using real-time inventory management, bills of materials, definition of materials, substitutes, and byproducts. Reduce order lead time using dynamic prioritization and sequencing, labor management, and connection to HMI and SCADA. Use an incremental approach to operational improvements using common model and services, increment licensing, and architecture. On this slide, we take a look at the MES components. MES operations includes the following main components. Server components, which include database and communication services. This includes the MES database, which contains all the production data and configuration data generated or required by the system. The client components communicate with the production database through the predefined procedures stored in the production database. The middleware. Middleware is a group of core services for the MES product that processes data from various parts of the MES product as requests for information or actions based on shop floor activities. The middleware component also includes the service monitor. This is used to manage the middleware host and the MES service. Additionally, the MES middleware server can be accessed remotely by configuring the MES middleware proxy on the remote nodes. Lastly, MES service. This handles the middleware activities that occur on a schedule, such as changing shifts, cleaning up stale sessions, and so on. It also includes the service monitor utility. And we look at the MES client components. MES supervisor is used to coordinate and oversee the daily activities of the system. You can use it to create work orders, inventory levels, and storage location data. You can also use it to set up data collection, link MES to other databases and software, or you can store custom information and process sales orders. The MES client is used to configure your plant model and production processes, as well as other aspects of the MES system. It also interacts with operational information. MES operator is an interface for operators and shop floor personnel who collect data, view system status, and execute production-related processes and activities. There are other tools available such as the Entity Model Builder, MES Application Objects, and MES.NET Controls. The MES web portal is only applicable to MES Performance. This provides web-based application that provides a user interface to configure and monitor the plant model and production processes. On this slide, we take a look at the MES components overview. The MES middleware process handles all client transactions to the database. The MES middleware proxy provides access to the MES middleware for clients. The proxy is installed on each client station and on all MES middleware hosts. The client applications of MES include MES Client, MES Supervisor, MES Data Editor, or MES Operator. The recommended number of MES middleware hosts for a medium-sized system are 1 for each application object server or AOS server, or 1 for each terminal server, 1 for each enterprise integration or enterprise integrator. Okay, we have our system platform Galaxy on the right-hand side. We've got our OCO object, or Operations Capability Object, which sits in the application server. We've got our data source, which is the PLC. We have our custom clients. We've got our web APIs, our stateful or stateless API. We have the MES intelligence reports as well. This diagram is an example of a distributed MES and system platform implementation where each computer has been designated a single role. Keep in mind that most of these roles can be combined on a single computer, depending on the size of the application, the hardware resources available, and the design of the project. Operator stations runs the operator's interface. There can be multiple operator stations which may connect to the database through various applications, such as MES Client, MES Operator, InTouch HMI, or the MES Web Portal. Supervisor stations runs the applications that supervisors can use to plan schedules, manage work orders, etc. Engineering stations runs the tools necessary to develop and configure the application. There can be multiple engineering stations for multi-user development teams. MES database hosts the databases of the MES system. It may also have MES middleware and MES services installed as well. This node supports one middleware connection for the MES service. The middleware server hosts the middleware host and allows other clients to connect through it. Typically, middleware host is installed on the application server or locally on client nodes. Each middleware host requires a license. The report server provides the content to the operators in the plant, office, and corporate users. Its source of information is from the MES database server. Intelligence components such as the intelligence server, database, reports, and MES reports should be installed on this node. The Galaxy repository hosts the project's configuration database and services. There is only one Galaxy repository per project. The application object server, or AOS server, this is the computer where application objects are deployed to run on. There can be multiple application object servers for load distribution and/or redundancy. If there are MES application objects are deployed to this node, then a middleware host is required. Each application server can support 30 client sessions, 25 MES application objects, 25 application server line objects. Communication drivers. These are computers connected to the control network and running corresponding drivers such as OI server, DA server, or legacy IO servers. A single node can run multiple drivers, but there can also be multiple communication drivers depending on the control network topology. Historian server runs the historian services and hosts the history and alarm databases. Typically, there is only one historian server per project, but there can be more than one if needed. The license server manages the licenses for all system platform components. On this slide, we look at the capabilities enabled by MES products. The common item is the work order execution, which is common across all MES products, such as operations, performance, and quality. Under operations, we have bill of materials, inventory, procedure steps, product specifications and parameters, and etc. Under performance, we have equipment utilization and downtime, and we have our overall equipment effectiveness, or OEE. In terms of MES quality, we have quality specifications, sample plan definition, sample plan execution, and statistical process control, or SPC. In this slide, we look at how AVEVA Manufacturing Execution System helps to improve plant flexibility while securing quality and safety. We can get fast and flexible capacity planning, production scheduling, and MRP connected to our existing ERP systems. We can orchestrate work orders and job execution with guidance and enforcement of product and process specifications, keep the flexibility to adapt to change or respond to unplanned events. We can visualize production and performance KPIs, as well as reports, diagnostics, and root cause analysis of performance and resource utilization issues. Ensure quality control and quick responses to issues via a comprehensive set of capabilities that help define, standardize, and manage quality procedures. We can manage plant inventory with visibility into quantities and qualities in each plant location, enforce movements and material consumption as specified in the product bill of materials and recipes. We can keep track of product genealogy and flow of materials into end products to ensure consumer safety and regulatory compliance. We can digitize, standardize, and automate standard operating procedures, work processes, and data collection tasks for both routine and escalation activities. On this slide, we look at 3 core benefits of MES for manufacturing operations: increased productivity, quality, and sustainability, and reducing waste and cost through digitalization of work and control production processes, improving decision-making and responsiveness at the plant and supply chain level through real-time visibility and reduced reporting latency. Rich operational data facilitates lean and continuous improvement programs. On this slide, we look at how you can standardize best practices across your manufacturing network by using templates delivered by AVEVA or our MES practice partners, using AVEVA's model-driven MES approach, using core technology, platform, and standard components included with AVEVA Manufacturing Execution System. AVEVA's manufacturing execution software can enable you to create a digital thread across your multi-site operations, empowering your connected worker. Right, we look at the multi-site single-instance MES solution architecture. The benefits of this architecture are significant cost savings related to IT infrastructure and services, overhead reduction within manufacturing plants, centralization of data unifies reporting, facilitates standardization, and eases information access and visibility for businesses and supply chain functions. Also reduces enterprise integration and master data synchronization efforts. The distributed AVEVA MES architecture and web-based work task architecture provide the scalability to support multi-site operations managed in a single instance of the software deployed in a data center. AVEVA's MES hybrid cloud architecture. AVEVA's hybrid cloud MES solution architecture provides enterprise-wide data and visualization services in the cloud. It also provides the ability to integrate on-premises AVEVA MES apps with Connect, AVEVA's industrial intelligence platform, to deliver high-value services such as enterprise data services, enterprise visualization services, production optimization, including AI and ML services, the ability to standardize how manufacturing execution is performed, measured, and tracked in real time on the shop floor across a fleet of plants. AVEVA's MES and Connect visualization services allow you to visualize MES data using self-service and predefined dashboards. You can visually relate distributed plants data in context to each other relate and gather insights across different data types quickly and easily, share actionable information with plant and supply chain operations and other teams anywhere through a browser. Unlocking the value of data and AI in the cloud, increase operational efficiency, productivity, and sustainability at a scale. You can build a connected ecosystem of data, securely share data and information views with internal teams or trusted external partners, combine OT and IT data, improve productivity and sustainability by leveraging AI and ML to increase plants' throughput, predict quality and optimize energy consumption, enable supply chain agility and resilience with real-time visibility into distributed plant operations and resources. AVEVA MES features. Work order management. Some of the key capabilities of work order management: we can import work orders from an external application such as an ERP or create work orders manually. We can use a model of your plant to attach routing instructions, bill of materials, set points, SOPs, and data collection requirements to a work order. We can sequence work orders manually or optimize plant schedules for plant throughput and on-time delivery with advanced planning and scheduling, APS integration. Can capture all work orders and job execution events, such as status changes, consumption, production, at each operation on the process route. We can report production and consumption to external applications, such as an ERP, when a work order is finished, at the end of a shift, or at any time. Production management. AVEVA MES synchronizes human and machine actions to efficiently execute all scheduled work orders and jobs. It enforces the defined sequence of process operations and work tasks that are dispatched to production equipment or work cells. The software uses a configurable and sustainable process model to manage the product recipe and production processes. These include the sequence of operations, bill of materials, equipment capability and setup specifications, routing and flow of materials between operations, labor certificates, data capture requirements for each operation. Workflow management. AVEVA MES eliminates paperwork and mitigates human error. It manages collaboration and human processes with advanced digital workflow capabilities. Graphical workflow modeling describes what sequences of activity workers need to perform to execute simple or complex work tasks, quality inspections, data collection, or sign-off procedures. Inventory management. Aligning inventory and production activities reduces human error, out-of-spec product and quality losses. AVEVA MES system enforces the specified bill of materials and pre-mix recipes and updates material quantities and automatically as they change. It has broad capabilities to manage inventory and storage location. It keeps a track record of inventory operations such as receiving, pre-weigh, and material movements. Reduce the cost of regulatory compliance and protect brand equity with automatic electronic record keeping. Conduct detailed product genealogy and end-to-end material traceability in minutes. In addition to enforcing manual data collection procedures, AVEVA MES integrates with control systems and devices so it can automatically keep records on production and inventory events, including all material consumption and production, work in progress or semi-finished and finished products. It delivers a detailed product genealogy and quality record, along with material traceability, access storage, mobile storage units, and product locations. Quality management. AVEVA MES safeguards product quality and safety compliance by automating quality inspection and enforcing data collection procedures. The software applies quality data sampling requirements according to the quality specification defined for producing a product and related process operations, so operators don't have to do this distracting, difficult to manage task. Performance management. Reduce waste and losses and increase your operational efficiency by monitoring, analyzing, and continuously improving your overall equipment effectiveness and plant capacity utilization. AVEVA MES performs plant performance management by tracking the progress of work order execution, along with production losses and the reasons for those losses. It dynamically adjusts the performance targets based on work order start quantities and product-specific target production rates. It uses information at the work order level to accurately calculate OEE KPIs, indicate schedule adherence in real time, and validate line performance across multiple pieces of equipment. The real-time tracking of work order and production execution can categorize unplanned downtime separately from planned downtime, such as product changeover, cleaning, or scheduled equipment maintenance. Enterprise integration. Integration with enterprise resource and supply chain planning updates business systems with work in progress and inventory status information in real time. Such visibility into plant operations facilitates agile and responsive supply chain management. As a complement to AVEVA MES, another offering, AVEVA Enterprise Integration, automates the exchange of data about production planning and production results between the manufacturing execution system and business applications, such as your ERP and supply chain management, and with other plant applications such as LIMS, quality, WMS, and etc. It can also automatically synchronize master data updates in R&D, PLM, etc. with the manufacturing execution system. In this slide, we look at the technology and systems layers. At the bottom, we've got our automation layer, which is where we get our field data from our data sources such as PLCs, equipment, and databases. This feeds into our system platform layer, which then connects to the MES, AVEVA MES. Okay, so at the top, we've got our enterprise layer where we've got our master data, inventory data, production data, and quality data. So this just highlights the different layers. We've got our AVEVA system platform, and then we've got our AVEVA enterprise integration, or our enterprise layer. On this slide, we look at what is operations modeling. Modeling is to mirror the real world as closely as possible, configure MES operations to support the data structure defined in the physical manufacturing process in order to capture data, obtaining accurate process and instrumentation. So P&ID diagrams, these are helpful for modeling. Concepts and terminology. Entity. An entity is a physical asset for which information will be tracked or reported. An entity could be an entire plant, a production line, a piece of equipment, or even a module of a machine, also known as an area, equipment, or a machine. An item. Each of the materials consumed or produced by production processes. This is also known as material. Process. The method of producing an item, linking the item to be produced with operations, bill of materials, etc. This is also known as a route. Operation. This represents a phase of the process towards the production of an item, also known as process segment or phase. So one of the key items when building a entity model or plant model is we need to identify the process. This can be assisted by referring to P&ID diagrams. For this example, we will be working with the plant layout of the mixed nuts factory. The AVEVA MES Entity Model Builder. MES Entity Model Builder. The Entity Model Builder is a system platform IDE extension for creating entities from your equipment model that uses the operations capability object to configure execution and storage execution capabilities. The Entity Model Builder IDE extension can also be used to export Galaxy users and roles to the MES database. On this slide, we can see we've got an area, we've got a production line, a machine, and a module. This can be replicated in our system platform model view. So here we can see the hierarchy, and on the right-hand side, this is the representation of our model view within our system platform IDE. We've got our plant, we've got our area that resides under the plant, production line, machine, module, and our operations capability object. Entity capability configurations in the OCO or operations capability object. Entity capabilities include can run jobs, can store items, can schedule jobs. So these are some of the capabilities that we can enable for an entity. Other configurations include specifications, production events module, attributes, job execution, miscellaneous, and event settings. Entity operations capabilities. Can schedule jobs specifies whether the entity can schedule jobs. Can run jobs specifies whether the entity can run jobs. Can capture labor specifies whether the entity can capture labor data. Can schedule shifts specifies whether the entity can schedule shifts. Can store, can log data, can ship, can receive, and can copy folders as well. These are some of the capabilities that can be assigned using the operations capability object of entities. In this demonstration video, we take a look at the operations capability object, or also known as the OCO object. The operations capability object is an orchestra automation object that allows you to configure entities to perform the following tasks, such as starting, stopping, and running jobs, recording the amount of material that is produced, storing or transferring inventory items, loading, uploading, and downloading job specifications. To import the OCO object, you navigate to the local disk C folder, program files 86, Wonderware, MES, and app objects folder. In here, you will find the operations capability object, which you can import into your IDE or application server. After importing the OCO object, you will find it in the derivation or templates tab. In this example, we've created a few templates, and from the templates, we've created a few instances which we've assigned to the boxer 1, box 2, the roaster, coater, bagger, and then we've also got some schedule capabilities as well as storage units. If you go to the model tab, you can see that under the boxer, we've got a prod capability, under boxer 2, bagger, coater, roaster as well. In the operations capability object, we've got a few configuration options such as job execution, miscellaneous, event settings, job defaults. We've got job execution, production counters, attributes, scripts, and object information. After assigning the OCO object to the object in the galaxy, such as the boxer or bagger, coater, or roaster, you can right-click the packaging area and click on Build MES Entity Model. After clicking on Build MES Entity Model in System Platform or the IDE, we can then navigate to the MES client. From the MES client, we can open up the physical entities, and what we can do is we can assign entity access to the different users and groups. Okay. So by clicking on physical entities, and then users and groups, we can click on a specific user or group, such as administrators. At the bottom, we can click on the entity access tab and just expand it. For the administrators, we can see that they've got full plant access. So that means they've got access to packaging, boxer 1, boxer 2, production, and saving as well. If you look at the built-in users, the users also have the same entity access as well. Next up, we take a look at the entity capability configurations within the MES client. To do this, you open up the MES client. You then navigate to the physical entities navigation under the master data config. You can click the drop-down and apply filters. Okay, we can then expand and then double-click on receiving. On the right-hand side, we can see the various options available under the capabilities. So we can schedule jobs, can run jobs, can capture utilities, can capture labor. We can also enable tracking of OEE, can schedule shifts. For this example, receiving can store. If we look at another capability or another entity, such as the packaging, we can see packaging can schedule jobs and can also store. We look at the boxer. The boxer's got a few more capabilities, such as can run jobs and can track OEE as well. Under production, the roaster. The roaster can also schedule, can run, can capture, can track, and can store as well. Shifts and shift schedules. The shift and shift schedule module allows you to define shift names, shift timings, and shift breaks for entities. Shifts are used to schedule work and can include regular and overtime shifts. You can define unlimited shifts to customize work schedules for your organization. You must create entities before you can create shift schedules. When configuring an entity, you can enable the can schedule shifts capability to specify whether the entity can schedule shifts. You can define one shift schedule for an entity, and child entities inherit shift schedules from their parent entities. In this demonstration, we take a look at shift patterns and shift schedules. By clicking on the physical entities on the navigation bar and applying filters, we then expand the entities and we select plant. By viewing the properties for the plant entity, on the right-hand side, we can see that the plant entity can schedule shifts. Okay, by clicking on the shift schedules tab at the bottom, we can see the shift schedule grid. Okay, by clicking on the shift patterns and schedules, we can see we've got two shift patterns that's been defined. We've got a normal, which runs a day and a night shift schedule. And then we've got a peak season. Peak season runs a day, afternoon, and night. By clicking on the day shift schedule on the right-hand side, we can see that the shift description can be configured. We've got a start time and end time that can be defined. We can choose the end day span, and we can choose which days of the week that the shift will run. By clicking on the afternoon as well, we can see the same settings that's been applied. Product and process definition. In this demonstration, we take a look at the product definition. From the navigation bar, if we click on the items module, click the drop-down, we're going to click apply filters. You will see that we've defined multiple items. Items are the basic units produced or consumed during production. An item can be referred to as a part, component, piece, and so on in different manufacturing environments. You must define all products, components, and byproducts as items for use in the MES system. As an example, you can see we've got almonds bulk that's been classified as raw materials. The units is pounds. We've also got empty quarter pound bag. We've got barbecue flavoring, which is a raw material. We've got cashews in bulk. We've got flavored mixed nuts. We've got coating oil. We've got peanuts in bulk, and we've got roasted mixed nuts. If we want to add a new item, we can just right-click on the empty space at the bottom, and we can click New to add a new item. Okay. By clicking on item classes, you can see we've got a few item classes that's been defined. We've got finished goods, raw materials, and work in progress. Items belong to item classes. An item class is a logical group of items that share common characteristics such as physical properties and whether they are produced, consumed, or both. Item classes can also be specified as obsolete, which marks all items within the item class as obsolete. By clicking on the units of measure module, you'll see that we've got 3 units of measure that's been defined. We've got pieces, gallons, and pounds. You can use the units of measure module to create and maintain units of measure. The units of measure describes the quantities of items or the measurement units of characteristics in the MES client application. We also have item grades. Here we have 3 grades that's been defined. We've got normal, poor, and scraps. We've associated a production quality with them. We've got good and reject. Okay, we've also got colors associated with these item grades. We've got green for normal, we've got yellow for poor, and red for scrap. Item states, we've got 4 states that's been defined. We've got finished goods, production, scraps, raw materials, and work in progress materials. For each of these item states, we can associate a color. By clicking on any of them, you can select a different color from the color palette on the right-hand side. Okay, and we also have item reasons as well. Work order tracking and execution. Okay, in this demonstration, we're going to look at work order tracking and execution. Using the MES client, we're going to click on Operations Management on the navigation bar. We're going to click on the Processes tab and click Apply Filters. You will see that we have a few processes already defined. For this example, we're going to use the bag of mixed nuts. I'm going to right-click and click Create a New Work Order. We're then presented with the Create Work Order form. Okay, so I'm going to give it a work order ID of WO82. Change the description to 82. The item is bag of mixed nuts barbecue. BOM version is original. And the required quantity is going to be 500. We can also put in the release date and time as well as the due date and time. We can set the priority. We can add in the custom information. We can add in manufacturing order number and then some notes. By clicking OK, this creates the work order. We can verify this by clicking on Order Management from the navigation bar. Then we can click on the Work Orders and Jobs tab. Okay. If we scroll all the way to the bottom, we can see our work order 82 has been created. If we expand this, we can see the entities. So we've got the roaster, coater, and bagger. Okay, for a quantity of 500 bags of mixed nuts, we require 118.75 pounds of nuts and then 125 pounds of coating oil. And then obviously we need 500 bags for each of the bag of nuts. Okay, now we're looking at the work order queue. We click on the queue tab, apply filters. If we scroll all the way to the bottom, we can see our work order 82 for the roaster, coater, and bagger. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to assign these jobs to the entities, and we're going to do this using our SCADA application, which is linked to the MES database. So the SCADA application that we are using is AVEVA Operations Management Interface, or OMI. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the work order ID, which is 82, and I'm going to assign these jobs to the entities. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on the roaster. I'm going to verify that it's got the work order of 82, and what I'm going to do is start the job. So I'm going to click Start. We can verify this by going back to the MES client. You should see on work order 82, the roaster is now running. Okay, and this has been initiated from the SCADA. Yeah, we can see we require 118.75 pounds of nuts. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to simulate good production. So I'm going to put in 118.75, and I'm going to add this to the total good production. Okay, we should see the total good production updating here. So I've now simulated that we've had good production, and I'm going to end the job. If we go back to the MES client, we can see that this job is now complete. Okay, it's the same for the coater as well. I can interact with the coater, so I can just go back to production. I can click on the coater, verify it's got the correct work order, and I can start the job. Okay, if I go back to the MES client, in the work order queue, I can see that the coater is now running. Okay, the required quantity is 125 pounds of coating oil. What we're going to do is we're going to simulate some bad production. So I'm going to give it a quantity of 100. Okay, so we've only had good production of 100. And then we've had bad production of 25. Okay, and I'm now going to end this job. I'm going to go back to the MES client. Okay, we can see that the coating job is complete. And then lastly, we can run the bagger. So I'm just going to click on production. I'm going to go to the production storage entity, and I'm going to start this job. Okay, we'll see the required quantity updating, which will be 500. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simulate good production and add that. Okay, and I'm going to end the job. So we can go back to the MES client. We see the bagger was running, and then it should update. And there we go. The job is complete. AVEVA MES Operator. MES Operator is an application typically used on the shop floor. It is an out-of-the-box production interface to the MES system. MES Operator is used to execute a process, claim quantities produced and report consumption, enter data into the system using steps, specifications, and data log, capture machine utilization and labor data. MES Operator supports a number of login scenarios, including multiple users logged into one or more machines, and a single user logged into multiple machines. The system can be set up to require a significant or minimal amount of interaction between production employees and the application. Many of the production employee transactions with MES Operator can be automated by directly linking MES with shop floor PLCs. Okay, in this demonstration video, we're going to look at the AVEVA MES Operator application. So the AVEVA MES Operator will be the application that is run on the plant floor where the operator would be running the line. So you can open up the MES Operator by going to the Windows Start button and the Manufacturing Execution System folder. You can click on the Operator application. Okay, so once the Operator application is open and you're logged in, you can select the equipment that you'd like to view the job summary for. In this case, we're going to look at the coater. Okay, so in this state, we can see we don't have a work order running at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a job on the coater. So from the SCADA side, okay, let's have a look at the, okay. So we've got work order 83 and the coater job is not run yet. So what we're going to do is from the SCADA, we're going to go to the coater and we're going to start this job. We should get the required quantities from the database. We'll be updating shortly. Okay, so now let's go to the MES Operator. Okay, so if I do a refresh, you can now see we've got all the information that's been populated because the coater is running a job. And what we can do is we can click on the route. So we can see the route. So it comes from the roasting, goes to the coating and then bagging. If we look at the work order queue, we can see that work order 83 is running at the bottom here. Okay, so you have got your MES controls at the bottom here. You can either stop this work order, you can pause it, or you can view the BOM details, you can view the job attributes, etc. Okay, you can also view your production. Okay, you can look at your BOM, so your bill of materials. You can look at your genealogy. If you're running MES performance, you can look at your OEE. Okay, and you can also look at your inventory. Okay. Okay, so this is an example of the MES Operator. So we've also got some .NET controls that you can embed in your SCADA application. If you're running either InTouch or Viva or My, you can embed these .NET controls so you can run the MES Operator from within the SCADA application. So I can just minimize the MES Operator application. I'm going to go to my SCADA and I'm going to click on MES controls. Okay, so this you can see is now embedded into the SCADA application. Okay, so we can easily interact with the tabs. So we've got the job queue, we've got the steps, we've got inventory. Okay, so this is an example of the MES Operator and embedding the MES Operator .NET controls within a SCADA application. Bills of materials. A bill of materials contains the basic information and production details for a BOM version. A BOM item represents any component or byproduct of the production parent item. These components and byproducts must be defined as an item and assigned to an item to be part of the BOM. A BOM version specifies the components that are consumed to produce the parent item, any byproducts of the production, and default values for several production settings. A BOM item adds production-specific details for usage of the item in the current BOM version. An item can contain multiple BOM versions, but you can define only one version as the preferred version. The preferred BOM version is used automatically whenever a process is defined to produce the parent item. A BOM is created in the MES client product definition group under the items module. In this demonstration, we take a look at defining a bill of materials. From the MES client, we're going to click on the product definition navigation item. And then I'm going to click on the items tab and click apply filters. Okay, for this example, we're going to use the roasted mixed nuts. I'm going to select this and I'm going to view the properties on the right hand side. I'm going to expand the bill of materials group. You can see we've got a original bill of materials defined. If you wish to configure a bill of materials, you can click configure BOMs. Okay, by clicking on the original BOM, you can see at the bottom we've got some components. We've got peanuts bulk, cashews bulk, and almonds in bulk. And we've got quantities that's specified. So it's 0.5, 0.25, and 0.25 for almonds in bulk. If you wish to add a new one, you can right click in the white space and you can click new. And you can add a alternative. Tracking genealogy. Product genealogy refers to the process of tracking and recording changes made in every component used and created as they progress through a supply chain. The process is also known as traceability. MES operations allows you to track and trace all products and byproducts throughout an entire production cycle. A manufacturing company must record the production process details to track production status at any instant. Genealogy allows you to trace the complete history of any material lot produced or consumed that is managed by MES operations. You can use genealogy to trace the origins of a contaminated or defective end product. Okay, next up, we take a look at tracking genealogy. So using our SCADA system, we're going to navigate to DB Views. So DB Views integrates with the MES database and provides a graphical representation of the data. So we can click on the genealogy data and we can see our various information. So we've got our operation ID, so which is the entity, and then we've got the process that was run. So we've got roasted mixed nuts. We've got our produce units. We've got the lot numbers. We've got the entity name. We've got the reason codes. Okay, we've got good for production. Item grades. We've got the item status, entity name, item class, and we've got some quantities as well. Okay, so using the DB views on the SCADA, we can actually view the entities as well. So these are our various entities that we have defined. We can look at our work order queue. So if we scroll all the way to the bottom, we'll see the recent work orders that we've run. Okay, we can see the various information for these work orders. We can look at production data. Okay, we scroll all to the bottom. We can see our latest work orders that we created. We can also look at consumption data. Okay, so we can look at the item description. We can look at the quantities. Okay, we can also look at step data, which we don't have anything at the moment. Specs data, we don't have anything. We can look at inventory lots. Okay, so we can look at our silo levels. Okay, we can look at our tank levels, our receiving, our production. Okay, we can also look at our inventory transfer information. AVEVA MES reports. Okay, in this demonstration, we take a look at the MES reports that are available. So using the SQL Server Reporting Services, or SSRS, we can view our MES reports. So we can look at our MES reports. We've got genealogy by lot, genealogy by work order, line production, MTBF report, MTTR, OE analysis, performance dashboard. So we can take a look at utilization by analysis. Let's just track this. Select our entities and click View Report. So let's look at current week and click View Report. Okay, so here we go. We're looking at some utilization analysis from the 29th to the 8th. Sorry, So we can see we've got our stop states, we've got our production, we've got our boxer was actually standing, we've got our durations, running normal, utilization reasons, no raw materials. Okay, so this is an example of the utilization analysis. We can look at performance dashboard. Let's look at the current week and the roster. Okay, so we don't have any data because we're just running a simulation, but this is just showing you the capability. Yeah, so these are some of the reporting that's available. AVEVA MES performance. Okay, next up, we take a look at the MES performance component. Okay, we're just gonna start the MES performance. So you can navigate to the Windows Start, Manufacturing Execution System folder, and you can click on the MES web portal. Okay, you're gonna enter your credentials if required and sign in. Okay, so on the MES performance and the MES web portal, we can view our lines. We can look at our main production line. Okay, we can look at if there's any work orders running at the moment. We can have a look at our entities. We've got our roaster, coater, bagger, boxer, and boxer 2. We can monitor our OEE type data. So we can see the current shift. We can look at the previous shift. We can look at the current day. We can see our performance, our availability, quality, etc. We can look at the item production for the period. Okay, we can look at our period summary, our total production count, etc., and a whole lot of information. Yeah, we can even go back to yesterday and look at our performance. So that yesterday we were not running. Okay, we can look at our configuration as well. So this is an example of the OE type of information that is available using the MES performance component. Okay, so if we had any work orders that we're running, we would be able to see them here. Unfortunately, we don't. So let's look at our utilization. Okay, so we don't have any work orders, but this is the MES performance, which is accessed via the MES web portal. AVEVA MES licensing. AVEVA MES licensing model. AVEVA MES is only available on the AVEVA Flex subscription agreement. Please contact your local account manager or sales representative for more information about AVEVA Flex subscription models available for AVEVA MES. AVEVA MES training. Training is only available on demand. Please take note of the prerequisites required for AVEVA MES operations, AVEVA MES performance, and AVEVA MES quality. Please visit our website at www.is3.co.za to view our training calendar or to book training online. Now we take a look at the key info covered in the AVEVA Manufacturing Execution System X-Celerate webinar. AVEVA MES enables you to manage plant schedules and synchronize human workflows with machine actions in real time to execute work orders, complete jobs more efficiently, and produce quality products on time, in full, and at minimal cost. The traceability and genealogy features in AVEVA MES allows you to track the transformation of materials into finished products across storage and production locations on the shop floor. Quickly run traceability investigations to reduce the costs and risks of quality and safety non-compliance. AVEVA MES's plant inventory management allows you to eliminate delays and optimize production schedules with real-time visibility into plant inventory levels. Enforce bill of material and pre-weight recipes to reduce out-of-spec products. Data management and visualization. Facilitate business agility and resilience by providing consistent enterprise-wide visibility into all your plant operations and resources with integration to connect. Seamlessly link AI and ML platforms and third-party BI applications to improve both plant and supply chain operations. Store, visualize, and share your AVEVA Manufacturing Execution System data in the cloud now. New hybrid cloud capabilities leveraging Connect and AVEVA Pi. That wraps up this webinar exploring AVEVA Manufacturing Execution System. If you want to hear more about AVEVA MES or any other product from our extensive software portfolio, be sure to contact us to arrange a visit to our Customer Experience Center located at our offices in Midrand, Gauteng. Thank you.